Hey guys, Lee Cole here. Thanks so much for looking at this quick video. I got my buddy Mike Paul on. Mike, tell everybody hello.
Hello, everyone.
And this is really exciting, man, because you've got a new product coming out that I think is not only, it's not, I think, I know. I know it's not only killer, but it is very apropos to the world that we found ourselves in over the past few weeks. I'm not going to take any of your fire away from you because it's just cool as all get out. It's called Craigslead Map. I know that you're a Craigslist. Well, nobody does Craigslist. They should do Craigslist. You're the freaking Craigslist expert, right? I mean, you're an expert in a ton of stuff. Before we started this, I was just sitting here asking you about some other stuff, right? But you are absolutely the man when it comes to Craigslist. So tell us about Craigslist. Tell us the changes that have happened. Tell us why people need to buy this thing and what it's going to do for them.
Sure. So I guess, Lee, the first thing is to, point out the difference, the Craigslist of the past compared to the Craigslist today. Is in the past, you would post on Craigslist, and because it was free, your posting or your ad would get pushed off the first page of Craigslist within like the first day or two. Well, today, because of some changes that Craigslist made, you can post an ad in certain sections, and your ad or your post can last on that first page the whole month in some cases, or in worst case scenario on the second page. So that's change number one. Change number two are the rules revolving around what you can post, how often you can post, what you can include in the post. So Craigslist has a certain algorithm to detect if the advertiser has done something wrong. So that kind of limits what you and I can post on Craigslist, the exposure we can get. But if you know the rules, if you comply, if you work with Craigslist along with a few hacks, a few workarounds that are totally ethical, you can post a lot on Craigslist and virtually take over that first page in your section, in your niche, in your industry, to be a dominating force in a relatively short amount of time if you do it right.
That's really cool. So so back before the changes, it sounds like you would post and then, I don't know, by the end of the day, your post was gone. So I'm guessing it's really time intensive. You're having to post and repost, and Craigslist
Correct.
might have had a little bit of an issue with people posting too much and stuff. And then you were also competing with a lot of stuff that was just junk, I think, just a lot of spam and scams and stuff. But now, through the changes, your post can last up there a few weeks.
Yeah.
That's really, really, really cool. Now, let me ask you some questions. The changes, I think you have to pay for posts now. Is that correct? And no, guys, do not worry. I already asked him. He does not have coronavirus. He is a dedicated springtime pollen sufferer, as am I. Besides,
my whole family except for my wife, we all have.
Yeah, we're like that too. Besides, this is virtual. You can't catch any cooties from him anyway.
Yeah.
but back to the ranch. So this is paid posting. Am I correct now?
Correct. So because of their introduction of the $5 ad, and there are some sections that are less than that, by the way, but because of that, a lot of the scammers have left. A lot of the riffraff have just left from Craigslist, and someone legitimate like you and I can put our post up there and get the exposure we want and get the kind of the leads we want.
I'm loving this. Now, this is leads for your local marketing business.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me ask you this. And I didn't ask you this before we started recording. So this, and it's not totally left field. It's just that we hadn't already talked about it. How much would you figure in order to start getting sufficient number of leads to really start building your business? How much would a person have to budget for Craigslist ad posting, let's say per month?
Yeah. You can do as little as $50 a month to get a start. The middle ground, I would say, is anywhere from $80 to $120 a month, and be seen all over that first page of Craigslist. Now,
So
it
in
does
other
take
words,
some work, but yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. So in other words, for $100 a month, you're going to dominate that section of Craigslist, and this is the section where the small business stuff hangs out, right?
Small business, yes, the services section, correct.
Now, this is broken up geographically. So I'm guessing if you're dominating, and I'm just guessing here, but tell me if I'm right or wrong. If you're dominating in Atlanta, you're not dominating in LA.
Correct. It's totally localized, so it's in your. Now you can pick multiple cities, but you're all right, Lee. So it's going to be totally local, which is good for what we're doing.
It's very good for what we're doing because, done right. I don't know about you, but I mean, really for me and my business done right, I don't need all that many clients. I'm like the Marines. I need a few good clients,
Right.
A few good clients are gonna pay me, monthly for some stuff that's going to really impact their business.
Yeah.
That keeps the client maintenance down. You get a higher quality client. Well,
sure.
and okay, so now in terms of getting clients, so basically Craigslead map, your new product, shows us what we need to know to be advertising like this, and it's hard to call a $5 advertisement that's going to stay there for a month that's hardly an advertising budget. I mean, anybody can scrape up $50 pretty much,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Even in today's world. I mean, you can, today's world being the coronavirus world, you can, this is worth a gamble, because it's not really a gamble, folks. If you actually do what this man says, you're going to have incredible results, because this guy actually does know what he's talking about. But how good are the leads that you get from this? I mean, are these just crap leads where you're getting a bunch of leads and then you filter through them and you're just kissing a bunch of frogs to find that one prince, or are these really good leads?
Yeah. So that's a great question. It all goes back to that introduction of making those posts no longer free. So they're $5 ads. They're $5 posts. So again, because of that, all the scammers, all the clickbaiters, they've all left for the most part. In addition, what we found is that the leads that do come in, they're more motivated, they're higher in quality. You'll get less lowballers is what I call them. So people who are trying to cut your fee down, so you'll get less of that. You can command a higher price because of that. So it's simple economics, supply and demand. Because of all those other people who have left, you're perceived to be more in demand. If that makes sense.
Sure, yeah, because that way the person actually buying your service, or at least responding to your ad, doesn't have all their defenses up and think, well, there's a 95% chance this is a scammer, but I do need whatever this is that they're talking about done. So, you've been in the sales businesses for a very long time, that when you actually do activate your prospects' defenses, that's not a good thing in sales. It's better when we're working together in harmony, right?
Right.
So
Better if they don't even know you're selling. The best salespeople
just helping.
You're just.
Yeah, absolutely. All you're doing is helping, and fundamentally, that's what sales is anyway. Now, what kinds of things do you sell? And I know you sell some very advanced, really cool stuff that nobody else deals with. But people looking at this video on YouTube, I get a lot of people who are just starting. I get a lot of people who have businesses but are trying to add another income stream to their business. What would be some good things that they could sell to the kind of leads that they're going to get off of Craigslist using your new system?
Sure. So all the normal local business marketing services are a great match for Craigslist. So historically, things like lead generation, of course, website creation, maybe even social media management services. All of those services are a perfect fit. If you want to go out of that arena, anything to do with financial services linked to businesses is good. Yeah, and anything you can think of as far as local marketing will fit the bill perfectly.
Now, in your training, do you help people understand? Because people who buy this are going to be in, from some of them are going to already be expert salespeople, some not, some are just getting going. You got a whole range there. Do you help people actually, besides just getting the lead, do you help people actually know how to process the lead, what to do with it, how to figure out if it's a good lead or a junk lead, some suggestions about what to sell and all that?
Yeah. So within the program, there is, it's kind of like a lead filtering system. It's done do it yourself. So I show the consultant how to set up a lead filtering system. So they go through like a recorded message sort of sequence. So they get to the first tier, they hear a message. If that prospect is interested in going further, they can listen to the message and go to another website or call the following number or just take that second step. The ones that take that second step, are serious about your service. The ones who call back and just don't leave a message or whatever the other case is, they are maybe lukewarm leads that you can follow up with later, but at least the consultant will know which ones to put priority on. And that's also included.
Sure. So basically you show people how to set up a little funnel, which will save them an enormous amount of time by helping them not actually chase leads that aren't going to pan out.
Right. Now it's
very cool.
Like a regular funnel, but it's a
series of
phone
steps.
funnel, correct?
A funnel, no, I'm using funnel in the original sense
Gotcha.
of the idea that we used to use it before web pages. Before everybody ruined all these words like leads and funnels,
right.
But we're not going to get me started on that.
Okay.
OTOs. Number one, what are they? Number two, do you have to have them to make the original product that they're buying from you actually work?
Yes, there is an OTO. You don't need it to carry out the method. So my programs are never set up that way. So you can carry out the whole.
I already knew the answer to that question. I just wanted people to hear you say it.
Awesome. So yeah, there is an OTO. You don't need it, but it will definitely help speed things along if the consultant wants to take that extra step. So the first OTO is actually there's only one OTO. So it's coaching by me through video sent day by day. So in the first week after the purchase, if they decide to elect that OTO, they'll get an email on day one showing them how to start to set up everything you'll need in the beginning before you start running the ads. On day two, we go over how to come up with the ad copy, like headlines and content and bullet points. Day three, we go over some posting sequences and some scheduling, how to keep everything organized and so on and so on. So I go through 5 days of that coaching. So some people, they can learn by reading words on a screen or watching a video. But some people need that extra touch to get things going. So that's what the OTO is for.
Yeah, because your front end offers, and for people looking at this who may not be familiar with that term, that would be the first thing in a sequence that you buy. We call that the front end offer. Your front end offers have always been, well, they're excellent, but the teaching value of your front end offers is really good. Are you still doing the PDF plus the video thing here?
Correct. Yep.
Wonderful.
So it's
wonderful.
About a 40, 50 page PDF. I don't have the number off the top of my head. Then a whole bunch of videos to help them through.
Yeah, and folks, in my experience, you need to actually read the PDF and actually look at the videos, because you usually have cool stuff in the videos that don't really I mean, it's not like big stuff, but it's going to be a nuance or a suggestion or something like that that doesn't necessarily always make its way into the PDF. So your videos are not a repeat
Correct.
of the PDF in my experience, because I've been through a number of your courses and have learned some amazing stuff from you. It's really awesome. Well, this is really cool. You're launching this tomorrow, which is the 24th at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Is that right?
You got it. Yep.
And guys, you know, again, we're right in the middle of a pandemic. You may be wondering, but Lee, don't I need to save that little bit of money for toilet paper? Well, if you're like most Americans, you probably have a year's supply of toilet paper in your basement. That's where all the toilet paper went. But no, in all seriousness, folks, now's the time. Now's the time to build this business. And Mike, your stuff is, and I'm not just saying, you know that I'm not saying this because we're on a promotional video. Because I told you this before we started recording, right? Your stuff flat out rocks. It's some of the best stuff I see in the areas that you talk about, which no one else talks about. It is the best stuff I see. So guys, now's the time. Buy it. Start building that business. People are not going to be in their houses curled up in a fetal position, sucking their thumbs for very long. We're going to be out there building businesses, running an economy. People are going to be wanting to. Businesses need your help. My God, businesses need your help now more than they needed your help a month ago, and they needed your help a month ago.
Yeah.
So now's the time. Get on this. Buy this. It's going live tomorrow. I got some cool bonuses that are going to come with it. So, Mike, thank you so much, my friend. I really do appreciate the time.
Anytime. And, thank you, Lee.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Awesome information.
All right. Thanks for having me.